Hello everyone, this is Christmas Lights on Walnut Road, and I thought I would give you a behind-the-scenes tour of how everything works here. Basically, this is the front, what everybody sees. So you'll see all my lights here and everything flashing. I have a song going right now. But what you may not know is how everything works. So basically, these are my controllers here. Now these controllers communicate to my laptop in my garage via network wire, but each one is powered. So each box could supply about 30 amps. I only use about 3 to 4 amps in each box. Those use a little bit more. I'll get into those in a little more detail, but I run power to each one of these. I have only about 2 circuits that I really run on. I could pretty much run on 1 circuit. This box is from my first show, so when I first started. And each box has 15 channels. So a channel, as you can see, is 1 plug. Now you could plug in 1 string of lights or an element to it, or multiple strings if you want. So you have 15 channels here, and I added another box this year, 2014, another 15 channels, so another 15 strings of lights basically. Now of course you connect to mini, is just think of it as 1 element, like all the blue lights on the roof or all the red lights or whatever the case is. Now over here are my RGB boxes. I got these last year. These control my roof lights. So in here, I don't have them turned on right now, but basically this is the power unit, and this is the motherboard for this. So how this works is each strip is one of these wires. Now each wire has red, green, and blue, which you'll see in here, which is kind of complex. So there's 15 channels here actually. So there's 5 wires right here. There's five of the strips, and that box powers other 5. So all these boxes tie together using the Lightorama network. They all daisy chain using network wire. The main wire from this box I actually have going over the house and into my garage, so I'll show you that. But this is how I have, this is kind of like the central power station, I would consider it as. So I have all of my half-mile of extension cords coming in here. I had to make my own extension cords using what's called lamp wire, which you'll see there, and it comes in a big spool. And then I make my own plugs using, they're called vampire plugs. So I can make any length I want and reuse them every year. So you'll see that I got my icicles red and blue, and then in the middle you'll see the strobe lights there. So those are also new this year. They're C9 bulbs. I took out the C9 bulbs and replaced it with the strobes. So so that's kind of the front. That's how everything works here. Try to keep it as neat and clean as possible, but it's kind of hard when you have a bunch of wires and everything. So while those are running, you'll see over here. Now over here, see I have wires running up there over the house, and then I have wires running over the garage to power, over the house to power this side of the yard. You'll see the blue lights in the rest of the yard outline. So that's going over. Again, all these wires are going back to that central station, the controllers. So you'll see that I also have lines running over the house into the garage. Some of them are power for the lights, and also some are for power for the boxes. One of my circuits is in here, but also what's the important thing in here is the network cable. So that's running in here. I have it running, and this is my computer in here. I have a show running, so I'll turn it down a little bit here. So you can see how everything's connected here. So this is my computer, it runs it every night. This is the software that I use to code all the songs, and you'll see that all my channels are in here. And basically you input the song, and for a tenth of a second you tell that string of lights to turn on or off or whatever you want it to do, and then you'll see my RGB channels down here, which I can control the color or whatever I want. So this is running in the background, and so normally I typically don't see this. So there's usually a screen here that has all my lists here that I'll run when I kick off the show in the beginning of the night. And then also this is my visualization. I could see exactly what's happening in front of the house. I could use this to also program during the summer to help. It takes a while to program one song, so I start in pretty much the beginning of when I take these lights down. I'll start working on my new sequences for 2015. So I also have down here is my radio station, which I also send out the text. So when the song changes, I also send out to the radio the text, the name of the song. So that's the software component. And then now here's my network cable. It's kind of hard to see. My network cable, now this goes all the way to the front of the house. So that goes all the way to the front. So that communicates to the boxes in the front. And then also have here is my FM transmitter, 88.7. It's kind of hard to see. That plugs just into the headphone jack. Pretty simple. But yeah, that's kind of the how everything works at Christmas Lights on Walnut Road using the Lightorama network. Thanks for coming and enjoy the show.